A question that has gone through many eras of humanity. How did the ancient builders achieve such architectural feats without modern technology? What techniques were employed to construct these monumental structures? For ages, the methods behind the pyramid's construction have remained one of history's most intriguing enigmas. Now, claims of decoding this thousand-year-old mystery emerge. But does this new revelation truly shed light on the ancient secrets, or are we merely scratching the surface of a deeper mystery? Unravel the mysteries that have captivated humanity for centuries. Archaeologists continue to ponder one of history's greatest mysteries. Who built the magnificent Egyptian pyramids? These iconic structures, accompanied by the enigmatic Sphinx, have captured the imagination of filmmakers, writers of adventure tales, and creators of horror stories alike, thanks to their aura of mystery and intrigue. Yet despite centuries of study and exploration, the secrets of the pyramids remain elusive. Among the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the Great Pyramid holds a place of unparalleled significance. Its towering presence and enduring allure have earned it the highest esteem, standing as the sole surviving wonder through the passage of time. Each stone meticulously placed whispers tales of a civilization lost to antiquity, leaving us to wonder, who were the masterminds behind these monumental feats of engineering, and what secrets lie within their silent walls? The term pyramid refers to structures shaped like a pyramid, typically with a square base and 4 equilateral triangular sides. Pyramids can be found worldwide and are associated with various cultures, each with its own distinct characteristics and purposes. According to several accounts, the ancient Egyptian pyramids were constructed as tombs for their kings. These pyramids are among the most renowned and enigmatic structures of the ancient era. Historically, it's believed that upon ascending the throne, Egyptian kings initiated the construction of their respective pyramids. Additionally, according to some legends, the pyramids served as repositories for the Egyptians' most guarded secrets. According to historical records, ancient Egyptians held strong beliefs in resurrection and immortality. They believed that life and death were interconnected, and thus, careful preparation was necessary to embrace life fully. Preparation for departure and eventual resurrection was meticulously carried out, with significant emphasis placed on the construction of tombs, as they were seen as eternal resting places. The pyramids held particular significance as the tombs of the pharaohs, the ancient rulers. Robert Bauval, an engineer specializing in surveying and planning projects in the Middle East and North Africa, had a pivotal experience in 1982. While visiting Cairo to attend to his mother's health, he took the opportunity to visit the Cairo Museum. It was there that he encountered a photograph depicting the 3 Great Pyramids from an aerial perspective. This sight left him with a persistent feeling of uncertainty or unresolved mystery. Among the 3 pyramids, the arrangement includes 2 larger ones and a smaller one, positioned not in a straight line, but in a subtle arc. This unique layout has led many to ponder the hidden significance behind their placement. Experts in Egyptian history propose that the 3 most grandiose pyramids were erected during the 4th dynasty, a time when architectural ambition reached new heights, unlike the subsequent pyramids constructed in the 5th dynasty. The 4th dynasty's pyramids stand apart in terms of scale and craftsmanship, showcasing a level of sophistication that surpasses other pyramids. Intriguingly, these monuments contain no inscriptions or tributes to the pharaohs, nor have any mummies been discovered within them. This absence of any direct acknowledgement of the pharaoh's accomplishments in such monumental works continues to be a source of bafflement and fascination. Pharaoh Khufu ruled for 23 years, and Egyptian researchers have confirmed that the Great Pyramid of Khufu was constructed within a span of 20 years. The pyramid's standard measurements are 280 imperial cubits in height, equivalent to 146.7 meters or 481.4 feet, and 440 cubits in length, equivalent to 230.6 meters or 756.4 feet, with a slope angle of 51 degrees, 50 minutes, and 40 seconds. The total volume of the pyramid is approximately 2.6 million cubic meters, and it weighs around 6.5 million tons. To complete the project in 20 years, it would require working 360 days each year for 8 hours each day, amounting to moving 1.9 tons of stone per minute. This estimation does not account for the time dedicated to design and planning. Given these factors, one might wonder if it was truly feasible to construct such a pyramid under these conditions. What are the enigmatic stones with unique textures used in the construction of the pyramids? The stones that were used in constructing the pyramids did not involve any form of cement. Instead, they were meticulously placed together. The stones, varying in size, exhibit irregular structures and shapes, which ensure that the overall structure, once assembled, does not have any weak points. For instance, in modern brick walls, gaps often exist between two adjacent layers of bricks, creating vulnerabilities. In contrast, the irregular stone structures used in the pyramids achieve a seamless bond, leaving no weak links. To this day, these stones remain so tightly joined that not even a thin blade can fit between them. Unlike some other temples, the sides of the pyramid stone walls are constructed with stones of irregular shapes and sizes. Yet, the stones on both sides are balanced in shape and size, indicating that the construction of the walls was meticulously planned. The use of irregular stones was not unique to the pyramids, but was also employed in the construction of ancient structures in South America and on Easter Island. This raises intriguing questions. If societies on different continents, lacking the means to communicate, adopted similar construction techniques, how did these craftsmen arrive at such remarkably similar methods? Were the stones used to build the Egyptian pyramids cut by machines? At the base of the pyramid, numerous scattered stones can be found. Some of these stones still bear the marks of cuts from the time they were shaped. These marks are straight, long, and notably smooth and flat, resembling the kind of precision one might associate with machine cutting. In a secluded section of the Egyptian Museum of Antiquities, there's a granite box with a particularly precise cut that forms a narrow gap. This slot is not only narrow and deep, but also so smooth and exact that a brass chisel could not fit into it. It appears as if it had been cut by a machine. Near this precise cut, there remains an area with a pattern carved by the craftsmen of that era. This carved line is about the width of a finger, not entirely straight, and slightly indented into the stone surface. It gives the impression that the stone was once as malleable as soft mud, allowing the worker to freely draw or sculpt by hand as desired. Were the three pyramids designed to preserve the mummies of the pharaohs? Additionally, the statues of King Ramesses II in Memphis, Egypt, are not just smooth and even, but they also exhibit perfect symmetry across both cheeks. This symmetry isn't limited to a flat plane. Rather, it's a three-dimensional symmetry where all corresponding curves on the cheeks are mirrored exactly. Achieving this level of precision today would require the use of CNC, computer numerical control, machinery. How then were ancient craftsmen, equipped only with stone hammers and bronze chisels, able to attain such advanced sculpting techniques? Upon entering the Great Pyramid of Khufu, one must first navigate a 28-meter descending passage followed by a 39-meter ascending passage. The height of these corridors is approximately 1.2 meters, forcing visitors to stoop as they move through. After traversing this lengthy corridor, one enters the Grand Gallery, a majestic hallway that is nearly 48 meters long and rises to a height of 8.7 meters, a sharp contrast to the previous passageways. If these corridors were indeed used for transporting the pharaoh's mummy, maneuvering through the 1.2-meter-high passages would have been challenging. Consequently, the necessity for an 8.7-meter-high ceiling in the Grand Gallery is questionable. Whether it be the Grand Gallery or other chambers, the walls are smooth and precisely straight, showcasing a level of precision that seems beyond manual craftsmanship. To accommodate modern visitors, electric lighting has been installed inside the pyramid. However, after the pyramid's construction, how was the pharaoh's mummy transported inside without any natural light? The absence of ash inside the pyramid suggests that the builders did not use torches for illumination. It's noteworthy that on the ancient Egyptian reliefs at the Temple of Hathor in Dendera, depictions of giant light bulbs exist, remarkably shown without any connections to wires. Nikola Tesla, the American inventor renowned for developing alternating current, demonstrated the feasibility of wireless power transmission. He famously illuminated a light bulb using radio waves without any physical connection to a power source. This historical demonstration bears a striking resemblance to the scenes depicted on the relief, the intriguing link between the three Egyptian pyramids and the constellation Orion. In November 1983, Powell was engaged in a construction project in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Over the weekend, his family, along with two other families, ventured out for camping in the sand dunes on the outskirts of the city. During this season, the local weather is cool, and away from the city's lights, the stars become vividly visible after dark. Peel, a companion of Powell and also an avid astronomy enthusiast, had honed his skills in navigating and understanding star maps through many years of maritime experience. While pointing out the direction of Sirius to Powell, Peel casually mentioned that the belt of the constellation Orion is not perfectly straight, but slightly curved. This observation surprised Powell. Upon returning home, he thoroughly examined and compared the layout of the pyramids with the constellation of Orion. He discovered that the curvature matched perfectly with the three stars in Orion's belt, which also included two bright stars and one dimmer one. However, there was still a discrepancy in the alignment angles between the pyramids and the constellation. Initially, this could be attributed to the Earth's axis undergoing a slow rotation cycle, which repeats approximately every 26,000 years. This phenomenon causes the apparent positions of constellations in the night sky to gradually shift. Using computer software to explore the historical positions of constellations, Powell found that when he adjusted the timeline back to 10,450 BC, the angles of the last three stars of Orion's belt matched exactly with the angles of the pyramids. He also noted that during this period, when the constellation Sirius was at its highest point in the sky, the southern shaft of Khufu's pyramid aligned directly with Sirius. Researchers also found evidence of water erosion on the protective wall surrounding the Sphinx. However, this region has been an arid desert for thousands of years. This raises the question, where did the water come from? Going back to 10,450 BC, this area was once a fertile oasis. It's possible that the three Great Pyramids were not actually constructed in 2500 BC, as traditionally stated by Egyptian scholars, but rather in a more ancient era, a time of advanced civilization with highly developed scientific and technological capabilities. The craftsmen of that era likely did not rely on stone hammers and bronze chisels, but utilized sophisticated technology. What is the method of building a pyramid? Thousand-year-old mystery decoded. The mystery of how the magnificent pyramids of Egypt were constructed continues to fascinate and puzzle archaeologists and history buffs around the world. These towering structures, built thousands of years ago, stand as a testament to human ingenuity and determination. Unlike today, the ancient builders had no access to the sophisticated machinery and technology we have, leading many to wonder, how were the pyramids built? From where did the massive stone blocks come? Those stone blocks are stacked on top of each other, or glued by what material? The secret behind the pyramid's construction. The Egyptian pyramids, especially the ones at Giza, are among humanity's most astonishing accomplishments. There have been numerous theories about how they were built. Some suggest that the ancient Egyptians possessed some form of lost technology or advanced knowledge that has since been forgotten. Others even speculate about extraterrestrial involvement, attributing the construction to aliens or otherworldly beings. Despite the wild theories, the truth about the pyramid's construction is rooted in human skill and evolution of building techniques. Studies indicate that the methods used to erect the Giza pyramids were refined over centuries, with each dynasty improving on the last. One of the earliest forms of Egyptian tombs is the mastaba, a type of tomb with a simple rectangular shape, dating back more than 5,000 years. These tombs served as the final resting places for royalty and nobility during the early dynastic period and the Old Kingdom. The pyramid design evolved from these mastaba tombs, becoming more complex and ambitious over time. Archaeologist Flinders Petrie noted that the innovation and techniques developed from building mastaba tombs laid the groundwork for the construction of the pyramids. As builders experimented and learned from each project, they were able to undertake more complex and larger-scale constructions, eventually leading to the iconic pyramids that mesmerize us today. Stepped pyramid. A significant advancement occurred during the reign of Pharaoh Djoser, whose dynasty began around about 2630 BC. His mastaba tomb at Saqqara initially started as a simple rectangular structure, but was later expanded into a 6-story step pyramid with underground tunnels and chambers. Curved pyramid. Another notable breakthrough in pyramid construction techniques emerged during the reign of Pharaoh Snefru, whose rule commenced around 2575 BC. Pharaoh Snefru oversaw the construction of at least 3 pyramids. Contrary to the step pyramids of earlier reigns, Snefru's architects developed innovative methods to create true pyramids with smooth surfaces. However, it appeared that Snefru's architects encountered challenges. One of the pyramids erected at Dahshur, known today as the Curved Pyramid, features rounded corners, lending the structure a unique curved appearance. Scholars often attribute this curvature to a design error. Red Pyramid. Snefru's architects rectified the perceived design flaw by constructing a second pyramid at Dahshur, now called the Red Pyramid due to the color of the stone used in its construction. This pyramid boasts a constant angle and sides characteristic of a traditional pyramid design. Great Pyramid. Drawing from the lessons of his father and predecessors, Snefru's son Khufu undertook the monumental task of building the Great Pyramid of Giza, the largest pyramid in the world. The Great Pyramid has astounded scientists with its intricate design and construction, showcasing a fusion of various disciplines such as astronomy, physics, mathematics, geography, and architecture. The Great Pyramid of Giza stands as the oldest and the only surviving marvel among the 7 wonders of the ancient world. This awe-inspiring structure, constructed between 2580 BC and 2560 BC, during the Bronze Age, originally soared to a height of 146.5 meters, now measures 138.8 meters tall. The construction methods of the Giza Pyramid have long fascinated and puzzled historians and archaeologists alike. Among the myriad of theories, the most widely accepted one suggests that the ancient Egyptians, far from relying on extraterrestrial help or divine intervention, achieved this architectural feat through the labor of a skilled workforce. Contrary to the popular myth of slave labor, it is believed that a dedicated team of workers, using ingenious techniques and tools of the time, painstakingly built this pyramid. Some speculate on more outlandish theories, including the involvement of aliens or supernatural forces, attributing the pyramid's construction to advanced technologies or divine powers. In pursuit of clarity, Live Science highlights numerous studies dedicated to unraveling the secrets of the Giza Pyramid's construction. Investigations have ranged from analyzing a settlement near the Menkaure Pyramid to exploring how water could facilitate the movement of massive stones. Additionally, research into papyrus documents discovered by the Red Sea has provided valuable insights. These collective findings contribute to a deeper understanding of the methods and manpower behind the creation of the Giza Pyramid. The majestic Great Pyramid of Giza was meticulously constructed from approximately 2.3 million blocks of granite and limestone, with each stone block weighing between 2.5 to 15 tons. Experts like engineer David Goodman and leading Egyptologist Mark Lehner from the Ancient Egypt Research Association reveal that many of these stones were sourced from a strategically located quarry shaped like a horseshoe, situated just south of the pyramid itself. For the construction of the Menkaure Pyramid, it's noted that workers extracted stone blocks from a quarry to the south-southeast of this structure. The origin of the stone blocks for the Khafre Pyramid, however, remains a mystery to researchers. In its nearly finished state, each of the Giza pyramids was adorned with a polished limestone outer casing. Today, only a fragment of this casing remains. with much of it having been repurposed for other building projects across Egypt over the centuries. The craftsmanship involved in shaping and assembling the stone blocks was so precise that not even a piece of paper, a knife blade, or a single strand of hair could fit through the gaps between them, highlighting the extraordinary skill of the ancient builders. A groundbreaking study published in 2014 by physicists from the University of Amsterdam in the journal Physical Review Letters proposes that the Egyptians likely utilized large sleds to transport the heavy stones. These sleds, either pushed or pulled by groups of workers, moved more easily across sand that had been dampened with water, significantly reducing friction. Daniel Bohn, a physics professor at the University of Amsterdam and the lead author of the study, shared with Live Science how moistening the desert sand could halve the number of people needed to pull these sleds, a technique seemingly depicted in ancient Egyptian art as water being poured in front of the sleds.